In this unit, we're going to cover how we can create and manage references in Microsoft Word, and it's a short one because it's only about 5 to 10% of your exam, or you'll only have about 3 or 4 tasks that deal with this subject on your exam. So if we look at the skills, the sections are create and manage reference elements and then create and manage reference tables. Now I can say with 100% confidence that anything with bibliography in it is not going to be on your exam. It's a good skill to have, and I will put that in the, I'll put a video on it in the next lecture, but it's an optional or bonus video. You don't have to watch it for your exam, but it's just nice to know if you're using Word a lot. But again, anything with bibliography is not going to be on your exam. All right, so let's start off with our first skill, which is how to insert footnotes and endnotes. So the first task is going to ask us, in the first paragraph, insert a footnote, the Excel 2019 textbook after the word confusing. So let's just quickly look for the word confusing and pretend this is in our exam. We don't have time to kind of flip through the pages, so we're just going to pull up our navigation bar here and type in the word confusing. Okay, so it wants it after this word. And so we'll put our insertion point after the word confusing, but in between the period there, or actually after the period, sorry. Okay. And then we'll go to, I'll close this navigation pane here, references, and then insert footnote is here, and then insert endnote is here. So they would do the same thing. So an endnote would go at the very end of your document. A footnote goes to the bottom of the current page that I'm on. Okay, so that's the difference. They basically do the same thing. They're referencing something in your document. So for this new footnote that I'm going to add here, we're going to type in the word Excel 2019 textbook, or you can just copy and paste it from the instructions, but I'm going to type it out this time. And there we have our first task is complete, and we've inserted a footnote at the bottom of the page. So for our second skill, we're going to modify footnote and endnote properties, and you can do that again in the References tab. So we'll go there. I'll click on the References tab here, and then if we click this little mark here, this footnote and endnote dialog box launcher, that'll open up a bunch of formatting options for our footnotes and endnotes. So we can, decide where you want your footnotes to go. We can choose the number formatting, symbols, everything else like that. But what we need, and what you're most likely to be faced with on your exam, is how you can convert footnotes to endnotes or endnotes to footnotes. So for this second task, it's going to ask us to convert all footnotes in the documents to endnotes. And I just make sure that I've got footnotes selected here, and then click the convert button. And notice what happens to the footnotes on this page while I do this. So I'm going to click convert all footnotes to endnotes. So footnotes go at the bottom of the page, endnotes go at the very end of your document. That's the only difference. They both reference something within the text of your document. So I'll click OK. And then once we close this, we should see all of our footnotes got moved to the end of the document right here. So for this table of contents, we might want to show only level 1 headings. So basically there's level 1, level 2, level 3. We have a few level 2 headings, and you can see that these are all level 1s here on the left, and then the ones that are indented a little bit, those are level 2. Maybe we don't want to show those minor headings. So the way you would regenerate the table of contents to show only level 1 headings would be to select the table, and then in the table of contents drop arrow, which is in the references tab, go down to custom table of contents. And then from this box, we just go to, when it says show levels, we just scroll down to 1. So it's only going to show heading 1 options. And then replace this table of contents. We say OK. So now we can see that only the main headings, or the heading with level 1, are displayed in our new table of contents.